It's not complicated. It's as simple as 2 words. All right, I got 2 words for you today. 2 words, here they are. Welcome hard. Welcome hard. You know, we live in a world that hates resistance. We do everything to make stuff easier. Walmart, don't worry about going through the lines and shopping. We'll deliver your groceries into your refrigerator. Amazon Prime, you want anything, we'll have it delivered in 24 hours. Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV. No need to worry about commercials or waiting for a show to come on. Boom, we've got it in demand. And while it's pretty convenient to not have to deal with some of that resistance, the problem is that it can condition us to want to bring that same convenience to our goals, to sports, to the game of life. And when we do that, we condition ourselves to miss out on the great gift of hard stuff. That going through the hard is actually a gift. Resistance is a gift because it makes us stronger. We get it in the weight room. That you don't get bigger and stronger and faster by always lifting the bar. That if you want to get big, you got to put some weight on the bar. You got to squat some weight. You got to push some weight if you want to get stronger. And the same thing is true for your goals. The bigger your goals are, the more difficult, challenging resistance you must go through. That's why today I want to challenge us to welcome hard and not to avoid it. Let's talk about it. The first, I want to challenge us to welcome hard days. You know the days I'm talking about. The days where you are just overwhelmed because you've got 3 AP tests, the biggest game of the year. You forgot your lunch money and you and your best friend are in a fight. All of these things happening at once. Have you been there? Those hard days of off season where you know every day you step into the locker room, you are stepping into the hardest workout that you've ever done. I'm a grown man, 37 years old, and I still remember my sophomore year of off season because those workouts were so hard, they made me nervous to get to athletics. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those hard days where you're stuck in between mom and dad as they're going through a divorce. I would never wish that on anyone, and yet those days happen. And you say, Matt, why would I welcome those days? Because you see, those days have a gift for you. Those days can help you become stronger and give you a gift that the easy day never could. That those hard days invite you into a growth that easy never will. So you say, Matt, how do I grow in that way? What do I do? One question you got to ask. What is my best right now? The way you welcome hard days, in the face of those days, the way that you welcome the gift of the hard day is to ask, what is my best? And then do it. Because you see, when you ask that question, 2 things happen. One, it changes where you focus. And we know where you focus, you finish. And by asking the question, what is my best right now? It puts my focus on what I can control. I can't control the chaos of life. I can control what my best is. Does that mean that you'll be the best ever in the history of forever? No. You might be a 60 today. But by focusing on what that 60 is, you go, I can give 100% of my 60. And the second thing it does is it puts you in motion. Rather than running away from the hard day and running away from the storm, it puts you in motion going through the storm. And it's when we go through the storm that we get stronger, not when we run from it. When we run from the storm, we get crushed by it. You think about a storm blowing in. You start running away from the storm. You stay on the front edge of the storm for as long as you run. And then you run out of gas and then you still get the whole storm. But when you run into the storm and you identify what your best is in this moment, the storm passes over, the storm's going one way, you're going another, and that resistance makes you stronger. It's the power of welcoming the hard day. One question for you to ask, 2 outcomes. What is my best right now? To change your focus and to put you in motion. We welcome hard truths. Those truths that say, hey, I'm not as good as I thought I was. I thought I was a 93, turns out I'm an 83. That I welcome that hard truth because I know that one, I can't grow without truth. That if I try to grow on a lie, I'm not going to get where I want to go. It's only by hearing the truth that I can improve. And I can receive that truth when I remember that my value does not equal my performance. That my value, my worth, who I am as a person has nothing to do with my performance on the court or my performance on the field. And so when I receive a hard truth about my performance, I can welcome it in and not feel devalued as a person. I'm not less as a person because I got coached up on my performance. But because I understand my value and worth as a person, I can go, you know what? I'm going to receive that hard truth to elevate my performance. It's the power of receiving the hard truth. Is it uncomfortable? You bet. Is it enjoyable? Not always. But the truth never hurt anybody but your ego. The truth is for you. It's not against you. And so we welcome that hard truth that we might grow in a way that we otherwise never would. We welcome hard days, we welcome hard truths, and we welcome hard conversations. You know the ones I'm talking about. The conversations where you gotta call out a teammate for not living up to the standard. The hard conversations where you gotta speak up when a whole group of people are really loud at making fun of another person. And you speak up. And you go, Mac, why would I welcome that hard conversation? It's because when you do speak up, it builds trust with your teammates. And it proves you a person who is not afraid of the hard. I'll give you a silly example, but it's gonna make a serious point. Imagine you are with me and we're stepping on a stage in front of thousands of people. There's the cameras, there's the lights. It's live on ESPN. And I'm about to step on stage, and right before I do, I give a little, whew, all right, got it out of me, here we go. And as I go to walk on stage, you see a giant booger in my beard. What do? In that moment, you go, hey, Coach Mackey, hey, quick, Coach Mackey, quick. I know you're going on stage, and I know you barely know me, but look, man, you got a big booger in your beard. Or do you not say anything because you don't want to be awkward? Or you not say anything because you're afraid that I'll get mad at you for telling me about a booger in my beard? Do you not say anything because you think, well, I'm just a freshman. Who am I to speak up? Do you not say anything because you go, you know what, that's not my business, that's their business. It sounds really silly, right? But imagine what happens when I get off the stage and I go, man, I thought I crushed this piece, and then I find out I got a big booger in my beard. And you go, yeah, Coach, I saw that the whole time, I just didn't want to say nothing about it. I'm gonna guarantee you I'm not gonna trust you anymore. I'm gonna guarantee you I'm not gonna be very happy with you because you could have helped me out and you didn't. You see, as silly as that example is, the same thing happens when we don't call our teammates out for not living up to the standard. They get to the end where they could have been more than they were, to the end of their senior season. They look back and they go, man, you told me you loved me, but you didn't hold me to a standard. How can I trust you? You told me you were for me, but when I was choosing to surround myself with the wrong people, you didn't offer an invitation to me to come hang out with you. You see, when we welcome the hard conversation, as awkward as it might be, as uncomfortable as it might be, it proves ourselves a trustworthy teammate. It brings us closer, and it allows us to reach our goals by letting go of the things and calling out the things that would hold us back. Hard days will come. Hard truths will have to be shared, and hard conversations will have to be had. When they do, don't pull a Amazon Prime and try to make it easier. Instead, welcome the hard. And by doing so, you'll grow and become stronger. Listen to me, friends. I don't know what your goals and dreams are, big or small, short-term or long, but I do know this. If you want to find success in the game of sports and the game of life, well, it's not complicated. It's as simple as 2 words. You got to welcome hard. Let's have a good one today.